sepulchre be made sure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away.
Why did they have to come by night and steal him when they had him by day? Hello? Why would somebody have to come? If you're in the house with your wife all day, then why would you have to come by night to see her when you're there with her all day? They don't have to come by night and steal her. They already got the body. The Romans did not have the body. Read, they don't even have the body. The body is already in the possession of the disciples. So if they wanted to take the body somewhere else, they could, because nobody knew where the body was. But them, they're the one that took it. But nevertheless, they got this story that y'all letting us see right through, that these high priests came to Pontius Pilate and said, hey, let's watch the sepulchre because the deceiver said he's going to be in the grave 3 days, and we don't want his disciples to come and take him away, so we want you to set watch over it. So what happened?
These his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, he is risen from the dead. So the last error shall be worse than the first. Pilate said unto them, ye have a watch. Go your way, make it as sure as ye can.
In other words, they went, and all they went to do is do what? Watch the sepulchre. They never went in. They never removed the rock to see if anyone was there. Not at one time. They just went and seen a stone and started standing outside of the sepulchre, according to the New Testament, watching it. Watching something. Joseph could have took him somewhere else. He didn't have to be there. Remember, he was in Joseph's possession the whole time. But nevertheless, according to the story, they went to watch the sepulchre. Keep reading.
Verse 66, so they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch in the end of the Sabbath.
Notice the next day after the day of preparation was Sabbath, and they said to show you that it was Sabbath, it says at the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. Remember, I've always taught you that there's two types of days. You got the literal day from morning to evening, and then you have the calendar day. All calendar dates is from morning to morning. And both days, every day starts in the morning. So it says at the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. Now the people in the New Testament even knew that. Now, what is that telling us? It's telling us that if a day started in the evening, you would see at the end of the afternoon, when it began to dawn toward the evening, which is the next day. You don't see that. You see at the end of the Sabbath. And some books say it's very early as it began to dawn. That means in the morning, towards the first day of the week, which verify what we've been teaching, that a day starts in the morning. Came who?
Mary Magdalene and the other Mary.
No, only two people, according to Matthew. Came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary
to see the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it.
Now hold this. Now only Matthew have this tradition. Only Matthews have this description. No other book even mentions this. Now why wouldn't they have known that right after the Sabbath there was a great earthquake? It didn't say an earthquake. It said there was a great earthquake. And the angel of Yahweh came and he rolled away the stone from the door of the sepulchre, and after he rolled it away in his conquest, he just sat on top of the stone. smoking a cigarette, just sitting there, sitting on top of the stone, showing how strong he is. Look at my metal. Only one with this description, as we will see. No other has this story. Now, how could the rest of them not realize there was an earthquake? So it was a great earthquake in Cincinnati, wouldn't we all have known it? Everyone, hey, that's how I remember. That Sabbath day we was in class talking about the Passover, and there was an earthquake and took the door off the place. You would never forget that as long as you live. But nevertheless, none of them know nothing about it whatsoever except Matthews. Now, I've always taught that I realized in my study of the scriptures how to identify truth. Two ways you identify truth. One is that all truths are consistent with universal laws. They all are consistent with universal laws. Number two, you can always tell that somebody's telling the truth because the truth is always consistent. There is no inconsistencies in the truth. If you find a contradiction or an inconsistency, it is not the truth. Sometimes police will get a man and interrogate him, or a soldier will catch another soldier and interrogate him and ask him the same question 17 times. That's where they train. Same question. When they finish, they say, well, we got a suspect because I'm finding inconsistencies with his story. He's saying this, but he's also saying that. So we know he got to be lying because it's not consistent. Well, we know that the New Testament is a book of lies because we got 4 different stories of the resurrection, and they're all different. And they're not only a little different, they differ greatly in what occurred. So we know that at least 3 of these stories is a lie. We know that. And possibly all 4 of them is. But we know 3 of them is a lie. And after I finish, I'm going to show you where all 4 of them are lying. Because they all contradict him. And I'm going to prove not only are 3 of these stories a lie, but all 4 stories are a lie. Let's keep reading.
Matthew chapter 28.
Read that last verse again before we get 28:1.
In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door, and sat upon it.
All right. Sat upon a stone. Now, who wouldn't see that? A great earthquake. And after a great earthquake, this big strong angel rolled away the stone. Then he sat on top of it. Who would not have went to that sepulchre and seen that scene? Keep that in mind. Note that. Keep reading. 28:1.
His countenance was like lightning.
Like lightning?
And his raiment white as snow.
White as snow.
And for fear of him, the keepers did shake, and became as dead men.
They became dead men, just fell on the ground. They seen this man sitting on top of a stone, they just fell out. Wasn't moving. Totally unconscious. Came as dead men. Remember, keep reading.
And the angel answered and said unto the women, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek JC, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen.
Why would they be seeking him if they knew he's supposed to be gone the 3rd day? And in fact, that was the 3rd day. Why the angel got stopped and say, I know you who you're seeking. You're seeking JC, but he's already gone. So go.
He is not here.